go. All right. Okay, take 2 for part 2. All right. So now we are in the stage of laying out all of the electronics. So, Mark, what is our next step? Because I've pretty much gone over everything already. So,
okay.
What is our next step for our project?
Okay, so this is where we're going to hold our electronics in this one, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so obviously we need to have a battery pack somewhere. Now, that needs to have its ports facing inward because I'm going to have to have power coming out of one of those, which I don't have that wire with me, but that's fine.
Well, I know we have to drill holes in, and that's what we're kind of marking for, right, Mark?
Yes. Yeah, there's some components I don't have. I have them, but they're not
couldn't help
me
myself
right now.
Well, I could, but I didn't want to.
Because I'm going to need a microcontroller as well, which I have a ton, but I'm just saying. So that's why the board where the microcontroller is going to go.
Do you want me to trace?
I mean, I don't know exactly where it's going to go.
Oh, okay.
We're just going to mock it up.
Oh, okay.
All right, but so this is going to be the charging port. This is the dilemma I'm having because I need to.
Well, we have something. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you here.
Ahead.
We have something cut, or at least marked off, like right here. I'm not quite sure. I know this was for the power source. Yeah, I don't know why it's so danky size. It looks like we also had it going this way at one time too.
Yeah, because we didn't have the power source when we were first mocking this up.
Gotcha.
So we didn't know how big these batteries are going to be.
All right, so I can officially mark out this.
This is the battery we're using, yes.
Okay.
So that's
all right, so we're going to
do the job.
All right, so I'm going to write on here bat. Just going to put bat.
That's fine.
It is now called a bat. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so this is going to be your charging port. Now,
you want to show them?
Okay.
Yeah, just put it in the palm of your hand, and then get nice and close there. Right, I'll help you out there. Just let me have freedom. Yeah. Okay,
well,
stop.
I want to turn the port to show.
All right, then turn the physical port.
Well, you're probably correct. Yeah. Anyways, that's the USB-C port. That's just an unwired port. Just gonna use it for charging. So I just gotta hook up a couple wires to it and
to this.
To this. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to solder this jumper onto it so that I have an easier time.
Let me turn this on, see if that will give more light.
Yeah,
all right, now go.
More light.
I'm sorry.
Is that the idea? I'm sorry, it's been a few months since I thought about this.
Yeah, I know. So you guys are seeing this process literally happen in full action. So this is only just to get the power.
I think this idea ended up being absolutely. I think I was thinking this at one time, but looking at how deep this is, because this is going to have to be on the outside edge somewhere, so someone can plug into it to charge it.
But I think that is why we have the second canvas. Yes, because didn't we? All right.
The second canvas.
Yeah, the canvas board, because. All right, keep Gizmo, keep Gizzy up here for right now.
Oh, okay.
All right, because wasn't this to cover this?
I mean, that was one idea, yes. We're going to have, obviously that battery is too bulky for it to cover.
Yeah.
Nice and flat.
Or were we going to...
Because this is going to...
Let me have that other canvas.
Yeah, because this is going to be on the wall. Yeah,
or were we going to do that? Why do I want to think this was...
We had that idea at one time, yes.
All right, pick up that other piece before one of the cats decides to step all over it.
Yeah, I was just like...
Because
you needed... Let me see. No, that's not going to work because you need a canvas behind this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is not a canvas, so you'd have to maybe put this, if you're going to use this as the painting surface or whatever, behind this, on top of this. I mean, you're still going to have to do something in there to make the freaking battery fit. That's
Right.
That's the only problem.
Okay, so we literally now have to start all over from our original idea because neither of this will work.
Yeah, that's not really going to work in that
because
way.
this is so bulky.
There's a bulky battery. So like that's why I was saying before, like there's an option of having the battery like instead of inside, like having it somewhere like outside.
Yeah, and I vetoed that idea because it was going to be ugly.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be ugly. I'm not going to go all through this beautiful artwork with this beautiful puppy and then have a big honking battery.
Well, obviously you do something to disguise and cover it.
There ain't no amount of glitter in the world that's going to make that look pretty. Wait a minute. Oh. All right. All right. I still need. Hold that one.
Mm-hmm.
This is still going to get get Gizzy. Go there. The lights are going to be in here. The battery pack's back here. Do we still have a problem? Why can't the battery go here? Where you can't see it all. Like, put it like in the center so that...
That is fine. How are you going to mount it to the wall?
I don't know if she's going to put it on a wall.
Okay. That...
Because then...
I'm thinking this is going to be wall mounted. So, like, how you...
Well, if it's going to be wall mounted, then maybe what I should do is have you mount this in the center. But she got to push that button, though, doesn't she?
There may be a time when you need to access that button, yes. Now, I wanted to... No, this is a different button. Yeah, I haven't... Because that's the thing, like, it should... Ideally... It should just kick on without needing to be, like, alerted with a button. But from what I read, and other people who have made similar projects...
We both said but at the same time.
The thing is, these battery packs, there's a million of them, and they're all made differently. So
right.
Nobody knows the internal specs of how they work, and they don't exactly tell you that information on the box. Like, you know, so... Alright,
can we just get the general idea here? I'm going to knock over my Tinkerbell cup.
Yeah, don't do that.
So, the lights are going to be in here.
Yeah, internally. And that big honk of wire is going to be mostly cut down, and I don't need all that. That's just the way the lights came.
Alright, let's just kind of mock up a little bit here. So, we're going to need something for this to go.
Yeah,
that's going to need a hole.
Well, this has to go to the microcontroller. So the microcontroller can be internal.
So can we have something to...
Yeah, just use this breadboard. It's going to be about that size.
Okay, so this is going to be plugged into here.
Proto board. Yes, it's going to be plugged into there.
So then what else will need to make this work? Is that everything outside?
That's microcontroller and the lights and your power source. That's all we really need.
All right, so how does this power this? How does that happen? I know the battery, but what connects the battery?
Okay, well, give me 1 second and I will bring something.
I need a visual representation here because, like I said in video number 1, I am the art, not the tech. So what we're going to be doing is, so the lights will be literally put on inside here. And depending on, you know, is this going to be the main canvas that's going to hold... No, this is the canvas that's going to get busted. So, I got to make sure wherever this thing goes, it's not where Gizzy's going to go. So, hopefully it can go, like, down here in a corner and plug in. I'm hoping. So, I'm going to mock it up a little bit so where I can figure it out because Gizzy's going to be like right about here in the space. And this has got to bend.
Alright, this might be a little overkill. I'm probably not going to use this microcontroller, but here's a micro. Can I have a scissors?
Scissors.
Thank you. That's an ESP32. That's probably way too powerful for this project, but it gives you an example.
Woo! That's a big thing.
Yeah, the one I use is going to be smaller than that.
Yeah, it's just that this is much bigger than what we're going to use. So, all right. Now, while I was sitting here waiting for you to come back with this honking big piece of electronics, I found a problem.
What?
This now is going to be the piece that's going to, if we're going to be doing it this way, Gizzy's going to be on here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But Gizzy's got to be seen through here.
Yes, I know.
Okay?
This was the problem we had.
All right, can I finish?
Yes,
okay,
go
please.
ahead.
My only problem is that this area is where Gizzy's head's going to come out. So that means it's going to get busted here. Now, if this is in here, originally you had it here.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, so it can be like way down in the corner, and like I'll try to make sure that this is the corner that, you know, if it like, yeah, like if it's this corner down here where it's just his blanket, if that doesn't pop through, that's fine. That is fine. You know, I just want to make sure that cute, adorable face gets shown.
Yeah.
Now, where are you going? He's leaving. Hey, Harold, how you doing, baby?
I'm going to look for someone to listen to you.
Okay. But where is this going to go?
Like I said, that's going to be this board. It ain't going to be this big. But you want an example of what's going to happen. What's going to happen is this battery is going to plug into this and power it, and this is going to be the brains that runs the lights.
So if it's going to be this thin...
It's definitely going to be that. It's going to... Well,
all right, so it's got to go that way, though, right?
Yeah, I bought...
All right, so where's this end going to go? Where's this end going to go? Right here?
Yeah, that end is not actually going to be there. That's going to be soldered directly into the board.
Oh, okay, so it's going to be soldered onto the board.
Yeah. I don't need that connector.
All right,
have the other end.
So...
That's just the way they come.
We still have that Dremel, right?
Yeah, that's...
All right, what I'm thinking... Whoa, watch out, guys. The girl is thinking. Okay, is that we just Dremel down enough into this canvas and just plop it in there.
Yeah.
And we can just get it really close to the edge.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that.
And...
so you can see the difference. It's really tiny. Look at that one. It's just a freaking...
Because since we do have such a thick canvas frame here, we can go down pretty far and we won't need to go down that far.
So that's what I was wondering, if we could do that.
The only thing you're going to have to watch out for me is that, and that may be just an extra staple to come across, like this joint right here, wherever we Dremel this down, just to give this support of the wood, that's a little bit more support, like up in here or something, or glue.
Okay, so yeah, so the two major issues, like I said, going to be getting. Now, if the battery pack is on the back and these are accessible, now remember, there's going to have to be a wire that comes from this and goes to the microcontroller. So even if this is on the back, this is still going to have a wire come to it.
Okay.
And then when they want to charge it, they can plug into this to charge it.
Right.
So that's fine. Then I won't need the extra USB port.
Because we have such a thick frame here, we can drill and Dremel into it.
Okay.
It's just a factor of we need to pay attention to where so that we can eliminate bulk and distraction from the main show.
Yeah,
being
absolutely.
Gizzy.
Okay, and here's the other issue.
What's your other issue?
It doesn't have to be this button. Originally, it was going to be drilled through the canvas and put inside, so it was sticking out just enough so that somebody could hit this button to change the modes.
Right.
Because you want to have different lighting modes or on, off, or whatever. So we can do that with one button operation with the logic of the microcontroller. But we need to put the button somewhere. It doesn't have to be this button. I've got tons of buttons, but this is like, as far as surface area, one of the smallest buttons I have.
Can you move that, please? All right, so is that going to be okay to put that on top of that, or would we rather not do that?
Just take that off of there.
All right, so we have that dremeled into the canvas. And how many wires are coming out of this canvas now? 2. One to come from this and one to come for the button, right?
It depends on where you want to put the button, yeah. Yes, I need one for the button,
thank you. Now you got my question. Okay, can we... Let's see. No, that's because if she hangs it up... All right, hypothetically, if we put everything there...
And I have shorter buttons.
Hey, just wait a minute. Okay. I'm working here.
Okay. I also have taller buttons, I think.
All right, so if we put... Because she's got to access that button. And then if she has that button down there... But see, that's so far away from everything else. And that's, if I understood him right, if I put the board down here, we might run into like distraction of lights or wiring showing. So, I mean, we can put it there, but I mean, it would be cool if we could just put it to the side of the canvas. That would be the coolest. But, I'm here talking to just you guys and not him. He's in his little room tinkering, trying to find new little devices we can play around with to make this work. But this is a process we're at right now. We are at the point of figuring this out.
Okay, so there's the actual freaking board. I know I bought like a bunch of those original clones. So.
All that. All right, so that's the board that we're going to put in. Okay, so it goes this way, correct?
It doesn't matter which way it goes, man. And you don't need this port to stick out. Like you don't need anything of this to stick out.
Well, can I?
I mean,
at least a little. I mean,
I wouldn't leave a USB port and encourage people to plug stuff into it. It's probably not going to do anything, but you know.
All right, so this needs. So what is this for again? I'm sorry.
That's the microcontroller. That's basically the brains of the whole operation.
Okay.
That is your computer.
This is the brain of my art. It's tiny. I don't know if I like that. All right, so does any of this have to stick out to be accessed to the user?
Nope. This is going to have wires connected to it from the lights. It's going to have wires from the power, and that's all it needs.
So in other words, this could go here where it's not affecting any of this. Crap. That might cause wire problems, but let me see. So if you Dremel from here to here, you know, fasten it, you know, down here so you can get your wires, you know, in and out just easily. Could you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that solves that problem.
Yeah, now the battery problem is solved, and I don't need to worry about like drilling through and making a custom hole for the USB port. That was going to be difficult.
All right, so we're doing, this is going to be brain. That's not going to be used anymore.
No.
All right, the brain will go over here.
Yeah.
All right, so then the battery will get epoxied, or whatever the hell I have, onto the back, but where? So...
Well, how is this? What's the orientation of this? Is it
horizontal.
okay.
And this is the bottom. As of right now.
So, you mean landscape?
Yeah, what did I say?
You said horizontal. Like
yes, but landscape.
Yes,
yeah, you know where my mind is.
That's okay. I just want to make sure we were speaking the same language. That's all.
Yes, landscape.
Okay. Well, then if...
Tawny, do you need to come up onto the show right now? Please. Get down, sweetheart. We love you, but not right now. Into the show.
Okay, so, like, as we were talking about this before, so do you think you can make something like legs or something so it can stand?
Yes.
And then we can put the battery, which you can't see it, but the camera's seen it, but you didn't. So, but we'll put the battery like this and have the little legs on the bottom, and then boom, and then it's fine. And then if you need to, plug into it, you can. But, or would you rather have it on the edge so it's easier to plug into? Maybe do this and maybe just put like another, like some kind of block here to give it another foot, and this acts as the foot.
Yeah, I could do that.
That's possible too, right?
Then I can just build like a faux box.
Yeah, just build another box.
Or build a cover for this and then just do the same box over it for the other side. Where this one will be like a thin piece of cardstock, but this one will be made of cardboard.
Yeah.
Or something.
Or something like that. Yeah, we can figure out something like that. Or...
So does that work?
That will work fine. Okay.
All right. Now our next problem is that button.
Yeah. So the button is going to need to be somewhere where it can be accessible by the user.
Move your crotch. All right. So that is now situated. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the button. Button. Who's got the button?
I got the button.
And you said you have other buttons.
I got tons of buttons.
Okay. Because this has got to be near what?
This has got to be accessible to the user. It needs to have 2 wires that will come from it and go to the microcontroller.
So this can literally go anywhere?
As long as wires can go to the microcontroller, it can go anywhere. It has to be accessible to the user.
All right. Oh. Yeah, I need to see other buttons. I need more choices. Because I don't know if I like this one. I mean, it's nice, but it's awfully dinky. I mean, we do have this big, huge battery pack. And then we want to use a dinky little thing for the button. I'm like, look how tiny that is. Oh my goodness. All right. So where is she going to plug in to power this baby? Because there's so many. There's an out 1 and out 2, a type C, a micro. Holy crap. See, this is why I don't do this stuff normally. I am like, whoa. It's like, give me my camera and my paintbrushes, and I am a happy little girl. Of course, my idea was to add lights to it, and then he told me all this other stuff I could do with it, and I was like, oh, that is so cool, and I'd love to do this. And I told him my idea, and he's like, oh, we can do this, and we can do this, and we can do this, and I was like, oh, let's not go too crazy. It is the first one we're doing. So I'm sure there is tons of easier ways to do this. But this is the way we're going to do it for the first time. So, yeah. All right, let me see buttons. They're all dinky.
We got some bigger ones here.
I want a big button.
I mean, I got arcade buttons if you want a really big
Look at
button.
this. When he says he's got buttons. And then he's got dinky little ones. Like the one we're dealing with right now.
Not all buttons. Some are potentially others.
Okay, dear. No, that's way too big.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm thinking like maybe this size.
Yeah, those are great. Those are fine.
I just don't know what color.
Well, you got
Maybe
lots of colors to
black.
choose
We just do black. Keep it simple.
from. Okay, so here's one without the pins. We don't need to install the pins.
Okay.
That'll make it even smaller.
Okay.
I can solder wires directly to the board. It doesn't need it.
Okay.
That's just if I wanted to.
All right. So I need what? One of these thingies and one of these thingies. Yeah. See what I mean? I don't know what I'm talking about. One of these thingies.
Yeah. It's
and one of those
that's
thingies.
The button, and that's just the cap.
Yeah, I think that will work out much better for her. That'll be like, yeah, I think she'll be able to deal with that better. Where's the little dinky one? Get that out of here.
Okay.
Shoo. Yeah, I like this one better.
Okay, now we just need to figure out how to mount it, because those buttons are designed to be mounted on breadboards.
Can we stick it there?
I mean, we could, but like I said, you need to find a way to make it permanent to stay there. And
it's called a hole.
Okay. Great.
Because that's not going to bother anything in the middle right there.
A hole and glue, epoxy? Okay, great. I just,
Still not saying anything that'll, like, you know, the only thing it'll obstruct is the lining of the lights, which that's probably not going to be a problem. We can definitely, like, you know, finagle it to definitely be there.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, as long as
Okay, I might need a Sharpie for that one. So, you know, right there for the button. B for button. Although it looks, it's close enough. All right, so I want that button.
Okay, great. That'll work.
You don't need this piece, do you?
So, are we gonna drill all the way through this? Is what I'm
Yeah.
asking. Okay, great.
Don't you have to?
Well, yeah.
Okay, then why are you asking me?
Well, because I'm just trying to think about this, because I want to make sure.
I don't care what you want. Just kidding. I got it on there now. You can't get it off.
No, it's fine. Well, that's the thing. I want to make sure that the user isn't going to pop the cap off. That's the only problem with these buttons. They have like a little rim on them, but you have to like make a hole very exact size at the end.
That's your problem.
Slide this through, and then run wires, epoxy it. Yeah, I guess that would work. Well,
do you have another solution for a button that big?
I do not have another solution. That's why I'm talking to you, because I've never done. Look, I'm good at electronics, but I have no experience in enclosure design at all. So
okay.
That's where my questions come from. I could take care of the electronics, no problem. I'll program this to do whatever pretty lights you want it to do. But, you know, I just need to figure out how to mount everything. That's the part I'm not good at.
So we got all this now? Got all your problems? Now, we won't see anything again until he's got stuff drilled and everything else. So, is that the end of this? No more discussion on this part?
I think we're good, yeah.
So, part 2, stick around for part 3. Bye, guys.